Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 A24 movies. Yes, this is my top 10 personal favorite A24 movies. And yes, before I get to the top 10 list, I probably should explain what an A24 movie is, because most people probably would know, but again, people don't know studios and stuff. They might not know what this is, but basically, this is a movie studio that makes a lot of great movies. And yeah, that's basically it. That's to sum it up. It's a studio that makes movies, and I'm here to celebrate my favorite movies made by A24 Studios. And yeah, the reason I'm doing A24 is because they don't have a lot of movies, so that I don't do this with a lot of studios and stuff like Warner Brothers or Universal or anything like that. The reason I don't do that is because there's so many damn movies, and it would be hard to make a top 10 list. This one is a fairly new studio, and they have pretty new movies. A lot of movies have came out this year for A24, so I thought this is a pretty good time to do a top 10 of my favorite A24 movies. So yeah, let's get to it. Here's my top 10 personal favorite A24 movies. And for a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions are Amy De Palma, Swiss Army Man, Free Fire, Krisha, Room, The Monster, Into the Forest, and It Comes at Night. All great films. Just gonna make the top 10 list, but we didn't make my top 10. What's my number 10? My number 10 is last year's The Witch. This is a movie that is pretty, decisive, kind of split between fans of movies and critics. A lot of people that I know who they're not critics or anything, they just like movies and horror films. They hate this movie. They think it's so boring, they think it's dull, they think nothing happens, they don't like anything about it, and they find it just a stupid movie. I disagree. I'm on the critics side. A lot of critics say this is a very dark, very atmospheric, very clever horror film with genuine scares, genuine spookiness. There's a lot of depth to it. It's a very deep and very impactful film. It's got a great ending and great performances, and I fully agree with that. It's a very deep movie. It is a very spooky film. It's not like scary, it's very spooky, very unnerving, and there is a lot of great performances by this movie, and I love the ending. I love how this movie ends. I love what happens to these characters. It's very unsettling. It's very creepy. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. Again, some people just watch this movie and just think of it as a very boring film, but personally, I love it. Coming number 9 is the movie Green Room. Green Room came out also last year. Another great film. This, I think, more people are on the ups on. I think a lot of people do enjoy this film. This is a great movie. This is a great movie about a band who basically plays at this party full of skinheads. And basically, they witness a murder, and basically, they trap themselves in this room called the Green Room, and all these Nazis, these white supremacists, try to kill them. And yeah, it's basically kind of like a survival movie. It's them stuck in this green room, trying to get out of this club, while these white supremacists are trying to murder them. The leader of the band is Anton Yelchin, one of his last roles, rest in peace, man. And the leader of the Nazis is Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart as the character Darcy. It's weird to see Patrick Stewart play a villain and also be a white supremacist and use a lot of F-bombs. Yeah, this is before Logan, too. This is a great movie. It's a very edgy movie. It's very thrilling, and yeah, I loved this movie. I enjoyed these characters. They are very smart characters. The white supremacists are not smart characters, but the bands, they're very smart characters, and I wanted to see these characters survive. I wanted to know how this movie was going to end. I also loved Imogen Poots. She was also very enjoyable in this film. She was pretty badass, too, and yeah. I love how these characters think of different ways to get out of the club and stuff, and there's some really dark and very disturbing moments, and yeah, I really love this movie. I love how this movie ends. I love how this movie's directed, and yeah, Anton Yelchin's just great. And yeah, seeing him in a movie with Patrick Stewart is always awesome, and yeah, this movie, awesome. Number 8 is The Spectacular Now. The Spectacular Now has Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller, and another great film. A very realistic, dramatic comedy romance film, and yeah, I love this movie. This is when Miles Teller was doing quality stuff. He needs to get back to that, because I know he's a good actor. I know he has the talent. He's great, this movie, especially near the ending. So good. This is basically about a kid who's in high school, and he has a drinking problem. And basically, he lives in the now, hence The Spectacular Now. He lives in the now. He doesn't think about his future and stuff. He doesn't dwell in the past. He thinks of only the now. Live life, be happy, party up, live in the now. Who cares about the future? That's basically his, meaning in life and stuff. He lives in the now. Then he meets a girl played by Shailene Woodley. She's like this nerdy girl. and he likes being with her because she's actually a sweet and kind girl who cares for him. But he basically starts like almost like corrupting her, like getting her to drink and party and stuff, and yeah. It's a very interesting story, and you do feel really bad for Miles Teller. He does seem unlikable. Really, he is a very likable character. He's just a very messed up kid, and yeah, Miles Teller gives a great performance. He has great chemistry with Shailene Woodley, and the supporting cast is good too. You got Bob Odenkirk in this film, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kyle Chandler, Brie Larson. They're all very good in this movie. It's a very good film. This is directed by James Ponsoldt, and James Ponsoldt did an amazing job directing this movie. You're going to see another James Ponsoldt actually on this list, a better one, but I love this movie. I think it's a very good comedy, dramatic, coming-of-age story, and yeah, I love it. Coming number 7 is Moonlight. Yes, Moonlight came out last year, and yeah, won Best Picture, not La La Land. La La Land did win for 2 minutes, but Moonlight won, and I can see why. Moonlight is a very good movie, directed by Barry Jenkins, who did a fantastic job. I've only seen this movie once. I don't even know if I'll ever see this movie a second or third time, because it's not a very watchable film. It's a very depressing film. It's very dark, and again, it's very depressing. It's a movie that I can't personally relate to, because I didn't personally go through those problems. I went through the problems in Boyhood, not so much Moonlight, because I still love this movie. I think it's a very good film. It's very meaningful, it's very passionate, and it's so well made. It screams with creativity. I love how this movie is made and structuralized and executed. I thought Barry Jenkins' direction was fantastic. I would have actually given it the opposite. I would have maybe given Barry Jenkins Best Director and gave La La Land Best Picture, but yeah, I digress. This movie's good. I loved Harris, Mahershala Ali, totally deserved the supporting actor. The screenplay was really well done. I love all the actors that played the lead kid. They all gave great performances. Seeing different portions of his life was so well done. It's atmospheric, it's beautiful, it's dark, it's depressing, it's gritty, and just a great film. Coming number 6 is the movie Enemy. Yes, this movie, Enemy, is directed by one of my favorite current filmmakers as of now, Denis Villeneuve. This movie has Jake Gyllenhaal and Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal and Jake Gyllenhaal. There's 2 Jake Gyllenhaals. No spoilers. Again, this movie is a really weird, strange Canadian film, and I love it. I absolutely love it. This is a really weird film about this teacher who finds out there's this other guy who looks exactly like him, and are they the same guy? Do they have the same relationships? And it's hard to talk about the story without spoiling it, but I don't want to spoil this movie, but it's really good. It's really weird, it's really abstract, and it's very atmospheric, kind of like Under the Skin. It came out the same year as Under the Skin, and yeah, it's good. Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic, the writing is amazing, it's smart, it's genius, it's clever. Denis Villeneuve's direction is solid, and yeah, just check it out. It's weird, but check it out. Coming number 5 is the movie A Ghost Story. A Ghost Story is a movie that, I don't know, for some reason, I just want to watch it again. Like, I only saw this movie once in theaters. I'll leave a link down below to my review. I went into more details with it and more depth about it. This movie's great, though. I love it. The more I think about it, the more I want to watch this movie again and again. It's just so powerful. It's so fresh. It's so original. It's so unique. It's so emotionally hard-hitting. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara in the film. I love how David Lowery directed this film, and it's just such a beautiful film. Again, watch my review of it. You know I love it. It's just so good. Coming number 4 is While We're Young. While We're Young, a movie that no one agreed with me on, that I called this movie amazing and so good and the best Noah Baumbach film. Nobody agreed with me when I did this review. That's why I started the top 10 movies I like but everyone else hates, and I hate but everyone else likes. That's the reason. This movie is the reason why I started those top 10 lists. Those top 10 lists that all of you love so much. It's because of this movie. When I did my review of this movie, and I called this movie so amazing, so brilliant, so comedic, so great, wonderfully acted, wonderfully directed, nobody agreed with me. A few people did, but most people didn't. And I love this movie. I think it's my favorite Noah Baumbach film. I love Ben Stiller, Adam Driver, Amanda Seyfried, Naomi Watts, Charles Grodin. Everyone is fantastic in this movie. I love it's a very realistic comedy. It's got the Noah Baumbach humor that I love so much. I love the style of this movie. I love the style of filmmaking. I love the story about documentarians. It's a great film. Some people don't agree with me, but I don't care. I love it. Coming number 3 is the movie Locke. It's about Øyvind Locke. This entire film takes place basically in this man's car. It's about Tom Hardy driving to the hospital. That's about it. This entire film takes place in Tom Hardy's car. He plays Ivan Locke, basically a guy that works at, I think, at like a concrete place and stuff, and basically he's driving to a hospital because a girl that he got pregnant is having a baby, and he's basically driving to that hospital. And throughout the whole movie, he's on the phone with different people. He's on the phone with his wife, and he has to tell her that he's going to a hospital to meet another woman because he had an affair with her. And his wife basically wants to leave him and stuff, and he talks to his kids, and he talks about his work. They're having an issue at work and stuff. And then he's talking to the girl who's at the hospital having this baby. All this stuff is happening all on the phone, and Ivan Locke is like basically reminiscing about his life and basically trying to think about what he is doing and what he is about to do and stuff. It's a lot about this character and what he's going through and his emotional state, his mindset of what everything that is happening. It is a great dramatic character study. I love this film. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think the writing is fantastic. The direction is fantastic. Tom Hardy's performance is amazing. You want to see the best Tom Hardy performance? Watch Locke. It is so good. If you're a Tom Hardy fan, check it out. It's amazing. Coming number 2 is The End of the Tour. The End of the Tour is another movie directed by James Ponsoldt, and I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of 2015. You'll see another favorite movie of mine when I get to my number 1 of 2015. I love this movie. Jesse Eisenberg, Jason Segel gives an amazing performance, a career-defining performance. Jason Segel probably should have been nominated for supporting actor. That's how good he is in The End of the Tour. It's basically about these two guys on the end of this book tour for Jason Segel, and it's basically them talking about each other's lives, talking about the book, talking about being writers. They just talk about different things, and I love stories about people talking, especially if it's just two people talking, because it's more humane, it's more real. You feel more invested with the people. You feel like you're you feel like you're in on this conversation, and it's so well done. The dialogue's fantastic. The story is so well done. The writing is amazing. The direction is amazing. And of course, Jason Segel and Jesse Eisenberg are both fantastic, and yeah, it's one of my favorites. And my number 1 favorite A24 movie is Ex Machina. Ex Machina is brilliant. This is, again, one of my favorite movies of 2015. I love it. What Alex Garland did with this film is amazing. How he wrote the film, how he directed the film, was so fresh, so unique, so amazing. The way they talk about the human mind, human condition, about what it means to be human and alive, and about robotics. It's so good. It's a great story about artificial intelligence. I love it. I love the performances. The 3 performances in this movie are so well done. Alicia Vikander is amazing. Alicia Vikander should have been nominated for supporting actress for this movie instead of The Danish Girl. The Danish Girl I found very underwhelming. I wasn't a big fan of that film. She was amazing in Ex Machina. She should have been nominated. She was so good in this movie. Also, Domhnall Gleeson. Domhnall Gleeson is amazing. And same with Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is so good in this film. These 3 make this movie amazing. They're fantastic. And you feel the claustrophobic feel because it's all on this island in this house. And you feel uneasy. And you'll find out why when you watch more of the film. And yeah, it's so good. Visually stunning. It's very good with the visuals and the score and the cinematography, and again the storytelling and the performances. And I absolutely love this film. I want to see more work by Alex Garland because what he did with this film was so breathtaking and amazing and fresh. It's just amazing. It's hands down my favorite A24 film. It's amazing. So yeah, that was my top 10 personal favorite A24 movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 personal favorite A24 movies. Comment below, let me know. And as always for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.